Morning, kids. I have a special treat for you today. You know how I've told you a little bit about my two dogs? I have a black lab named Riley and a golden lab named Cooper. Well, we've had quite a bit of extra time on our hands this week, and so I thought how much fun it would be to teach them how to write. Now, Riley can hold a pen, and Cooper can also, but Riley has a really hard time with numbers. So I have asked Cooper if he could help me with our daily language and daily math sheet today, because he does a lot better. He takes his time and does a lot better with handwriting. I think you'll be able to see his handwriting a lot better. So we'll go ahead and get started. Cooper, Coop, come on. Yeah, that's a good boy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now. Let's see, where's the pen? Let's try your other paw. Okay, here's a pen. April Fools, I gotcha. Cooper can't write, neither can Riley. Okay, now that I've played a little April Fool's joke on you, let's go ahead and get started with first our daily language. I hope you got a kick out of that. I wonder how many of you I actually tricked. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in our ABC order, the third letter. When they say the third letter, if you look at the word frog, frame, free, and fright, they all start with FR. You are all experts at this by now, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Because they all start with FR, we need to go to the third letter to see which one of the third letter is first in the alphabet. So I would say we have O, A, E, and I. So the first word would be free, because E comes first. Another April Fool's joke. A comes first. Let's do that one. A-M-E, frame. And then E, F-R-E-E. And then the vowel I, so F-R-I-G-H-T, and frog. F-R-O-G. The third letter, all of them are vowels. So we have A, then E, then I, and then O. Okay, main idea and details. Fill in the chart by adding two more supporting details. Main idea. Indoor recess can be lots of fun. We've had to have quite a few indoor recesses this winter with all the snow and rain that we've had. One thing that will support that is I like to put together puzzles with my friends. Maybe that's something that this person would choose to do at recess. What about one of the supporting reasons or supporting details as to why you might like indoor recess? Maybe it's because I like to stay warm and dry. Period. That would support the idea of indoor recess can be lots of fun. What about, I hope that you guys like this one. I like to spend time with Mrs. Williams. Or you could put W for Williams if you don't have room for the whole word. Those are some reasons I hope that you like to stay in. I hope those are supporting details as to why you like indoor recess and think it's lots of fun. Maybe you have another reason. Go ahead and write that. I'm sure that all of us didn't have the same ideas written down. Number 1, after breaking the window, my brother knew that he was in hot water. Do you remember 2 or 3 weeks ago we talked about idioms? What does the word in hot water, what does the phrase in hot water mean? That is an idiom. Do they really mean that they're in hot water? No. But they are definitely in trouble. It's okay if we don't do, let's try to make it a complete sentence. Instead of saying they were in hot water, you could say, let's say he was in trouble. That would mean the same thing as he was in hot water. He was in trouble. Okay, number 2, Bobby was about to give his speech. He said he had butterflies in his stomach. That was actually one of the idioms that we used on our assessment that we had a couple weeks ago. You remember what that means? It's the same thing as saying he was nervous or anxious. So you could write, he was nervous. Period. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about suffixes. Fill in the correct word below. Full of joy. What's a suffix we could put on the end of joy? That means full of. Joy, full. What's a suffix in a way that we could use for in a kind way? So we would say kind. What would we put on the end of that to say in a way, in a kind way? L-Y, kindly. Okay, combining sentences. It says combine the 2 sentences below. The girl ate cake. The girl opened presents. Do you think that it would sound better if we said the girl ate cake and opened presents? I think so. I think that actually sounds, it flows better, don't you think? The girl ate cake and opened presents. Period. Instead of 2 sentences, now we just have 1. And you might have come up with a different sentence, and that's okay. I think any way you chose to do that, as long as you made it into 1 sentence rather than 2. Okay, now we get to go, it says which double O. We know that 2 O's can make a few sounds. It can say ooh, it can say it can say, let's see, 2. So we have 2, cook, and food. 2, food. Look, cook. Do you see how those sound different? Those 2 sound the same, look and cook. But look and to make 2 different sounds in the middle of the word. Look food, ooh. Okay, but look, cook. They make the same sounds, don't they? Okay, let's go ahead and turn it over and do our math. Ooh, arrays. We love arrays. Those are fun. This is actually called a multiplication problem, which can also be written as an array. So you could say 5 times 3. That's what this is saying. How would you make that into an array? First, you look at this first number, and it shows that we have 5. Sorry, my phone just rang. Hi, baby. I'm going to call you back. I'm doing a video. Sorry, that was my baby. He calls me Bambi. Okay, let's get back to the array. Draw an array to represent the problem. So we have 5 times 3, so we need 5 rows. So we have 1, 2, actually 5 columns, I should say. No, these are rows. 3, 4. Going down, these are going to be rows going across. Okay, and then we need 3 in each row. So these are rows going this way. I kind of ran out of space, but that's okay. So this way we call them rows. This way we call them columns. But either way we have 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we could count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. So we know 5 times 3 equals 15. Okay, so over here, how many rows do we have? 2. So let's do circles this time. 1, 2. And how many is in each row? 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we were to count by 6 2 times, we have 6 plus 6 equals 12. It's the same thing as saying 2 times 6. Oh, fact family, we did a lot of this at the beginning of the year. We didn't do it with multiplication or division though, but it works pretty much the same. If we look over here, kind of the same concept. If we do 5 rows of 2, so let's look over here. 5 rows of 2 would be 5, 10. So 5 times 2 equals 10. Have we used each of those numbers? Yeah. And that would be the same as saying 2 times 5 equals 10. If you look at this, we have 2 rows of 5. 5, 10. Now to do division, we're going to do, if we have 10 and divided it by 2, we would have 5. That would be like saying, let's take this row away again. That would be like saying, if I broke 10 into 2 rows, there would be 5 in each. Or we could say 10 divided by 5, and that would equal 2. On all of those, we used the numbers that are in the basket. I'm just going to turn my phone off, sorry. Okay, in and out boxes. Ten times 10 times 2 would be 20. That's just like saying 10 plus 10 equals 20. 6 times 2 equals 12. That's the same as saying 6 plus 6, because it's 6 2 times. What is the number that you double to make 14? 7. So 7 times 2 equals 14. Or you can say 7 plus 7 equals 14. Okay, 8 2 times, or 8 times 2 would be 16. It's the same as saying 8 plus 8. Now let's go to the skip counting. We have 512, and then we skip one, and then we go to 522. Well, we know that between 512 and 522, that is 10. But we have a number that we need to fill here, so half of 10 would be 517. Does that make sense? Then we have 512 plus 5 would be 517, plus 5 more would be 522, and then plus 5 more would be 527. If you need help, you can get a ruler and count up if you need to, or a hundreds chart. And then we have 602. Oh wait, no. 532. And then 537. Do you see kind of a pattern? It's the ones column. If you look, it goes 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7. Interesting, isn't it? So that means counting by 5s. I wonder how many of you figured that out before we start correcting it. I bet quite a few of you did, because you're pretty smart cookies. Okay, I don't know what number to put here yet, so let's look over here. We have 149 and 152. Well, in between 49 and 52, that's 3. So we need to go back 3. That would be 146, 149, 152, 155, 158, 161. That's counting by 3s. This one, we kind of have to do the same thing as we did up here. What is the difference between 379 and 399? That's 20. So what's half of 20? That's 10. So we are counting by 10s. 379, 389, 399, and this might have thrown some of you off. Where do we go after at 399? Then we're at 409. Because when you get to 399, the next number is 400. So 1 plus 9. And then it's 419, 429. So we counted by 10s. Okay, now when we're adding these two numbers, they didn't give us a lot of room. I don't care how you did it. There's lots of different ways you can do it, and I know this is something that we are learning in the math unit that we're working on right now. And I'm just going to show you how I would do it. These are ones, these are tens, these are hundreds. So 1 plus 4 is 5 ones. 5 plus 9 is 14 ones. 14 tens. And 6 plus 3 is 9 hundreds. let's go ahead and move one of those 10s over here. So that would make it 1,045. Do you see how I added the 1 and the 9? So there's 10 hundredths, and then 4 left over in the 10s, and then 5 ones. So I just took this extra 10 right here and moved it over to the hundredth spot. Okay, the same thing with this. 3 plus 5 would be 8 ones. 4 plus 8 would be 12 tens, and 7 plus 2 would be 9 hundredths. We need to move that 1 over to here, so now we have 10 hundredths, 2 tens, and 8 ones. That's what how the math is trying to teach you to do it this week as you're doing your lesson in the math book, and hopefully that made sense. If not, have your parents show you how they do it, and they probably do it a little different than the way the book is showing you, and I say whatever way you can do it is great. Okay, the next one, we need a blue crayon and an orange crayon. Now, when we think of pounds, let's think of my dog Cooper that I talk about. He's a pretty big dog. Are we going to use pounds or ounces for him? Definitely pounds. Pounds is for larger objects. Ounces are for smaller objects. So this crown would be measured more by an ounce than a pound. You are going to be measured by pounds because you're definitely bigger than this little crayon, aren't you? Okay, so pounds, things that you're going to measure by pounds, you're going to color blue. A snail. Are snails very big? No. I think that we would measure those by ounces. So let's go ahead and color that orange. What about a little kid? Definitely blue. It's kind of funny coloring that whole little girl blue though. Kind of funny. Seeds. They're not very big, so let's go ahead and color them orange. Maybe when you go to the grocery store next time you go, you can look at things, or even look in your mom's pantry and see if you can find where it says ounces or pounds. That's what LB stands for, by the way, is pounds, and OZ stands for ounces. And you can probably make some comparisons in your mom's kitchen. Maybe your moms can help you, or your dad's or brother or sister can help you with those comparisons. A monkey. I have never held a monkey. I don't know about any of you, but I'm assuming they're about the size of a baby or a little bigger. And even babies are measured by pounds. An apple, I would say ounces, maybe pounds. Most apples will not be that big. They will not weigh a pound. And a shovel, I would say a pound. Okay, we're on our last problem. And this is a word problem. We love those. It says, John saved 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 5 pennies. How much money did he save? Well, I know that 3 quarters is important, 2 dimes, and 5 pennies. So I'm going to underline those. Now I'm going to go over to my box. How much is 3 quarters? Let's do this. 25 plus 25 plus 25 equals 75. So we have 75 cents worth of quarters. How many dimes? How much are dimes worth? 10. So now we have 75 plus 10 plus 10. Each of these represent a dime. So we have 75, 85, 95. 95 cents plus 5 pennies. We know that 5 pennies equals 5, but let's go ahead and write it out. $0.95 plus 5 cents equals, let's go ahead and write it right here, $1. Now it says he bought a chocolate egg for 43 cents. How much money does he have left? You could do this different ways. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dollar minus 43 cents. Should there be anything in the hundreds place? No, because there's not a dollar, there's 43. And the 4, that means there's 4 tens and 3 ones. Now, can I take 3 away from 0? No. Can I take 4 away from 0? No. Let's go over here and change this. Now we're going to say we're going to change that and put 10 in the tens place. So we took that one. Now we have 0 and we put it over in the tens place. Now I need to borrow from this one. So we have 9 and put 10 over here. So now we have 10 minus 3 equals 7. 9 minus 4 equals 5. So we have 57 cents. I don't expect you to understand exactly what I did here because this is a new concept that we have not talked about yet. We will be getting to this in a week or two. So this was just kind of a preview as to what we're going to be doing in math in the next couple of weeks. I hope you have a great day. I hope that you come up with some fun but safe tricks to play on your family. If you come up with some really good April Fool's jokes, let me know in your email and I will share it with the rest of the class. I sure miss you. Have a good day. Bye.